Is there a community for the children who are now raising their parents? Like, is there a community for that? Because the way my brother and I are raising our parents all over again, it is crazy.
Hey beautiful people, how y'all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome back to my channel. How you are doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So today's video, it is an interesting video as always, guys. So today's video, we're talking about children raising their grown parents. So apparently, what's happening here? I know we've had conversation of parents raising their children and da 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 da, but now we know when your parents are growing old, the table is almost turning, and this is one of the goals most people have children so that their children can take care of them in old age. So apparently, this conversation started off with a sister who was asking about if there is a community of people that are raising their parents, how hard it can be as an adult child raising your parents and your parents needing you and all that. And this has led to people sharing their story of how they are raising their grown parents, which I find this conversation very, very interesting. So I want you guys to hear what this sister have to say. So let's go check out what she has to say, and then we'll come back and talk more on this, and also hear other people's story of how they are raising their elderly parents, their grown parents in this time. Anyway, guys, let's go check it out, and then we'll come back and talk more.
Is there a community for the children who are now raising their parents? Like, is there a community for that? Because the way my brother and I are raising our parents all over again, it is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. We're traded for a thing, but like, wow. Nobody told me about this part. No one told me about this part. No one told me about this part right here. Like, I feel like I am literally raising my mom.
So I want to know your own thought about what she said down in the comment section. Is there a community for that? Because she's asking the question. But this video has struck a big conversation of people talking about how eventually children end up raising their parents. And for me, I find this conversation very, very interesting because you guys know I love having this type of conversation. So this conversation has struck the conversation where people are talking about how children eventually, when they grow up, they start raising their parents. And for me, so let's go check out people's thoughts, what people think about what she said about children now raising their parents, especially when their parents are aged and all that. And let me know if you have any community there's a community for that. Okay, so I love to know your own thought on this. So without said, before we check out other people's video, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and smash the subscribe button, okay? So that you and click the notification so you get notified every time I upload a video. So with that all said, guys, let's go check out people's thoughts on this conversation.
Is there a community for the children who are now raising their parents? Like,
that is a great question, and I don't have an answer for you, but I do know that there needs to be a community for children who are now raising their parents. We need the support groups, the community, and at this point, I think we need a union. We need to unionize because it is a lot of work being an adult, taking care of your parent or reteaching them, because there's just been so much change in the world as a whole that I do feel a large population of us are raising our parents, especially when it comes to technology.
Yeah.
It's been wild. Someone connect with me on this. Let me know if we're starting a movement.
Community for the children who are now raising their parents. Like,
I don't know, but we can start one because I'm a single mom who works too hard, who's questioning if she loves her kids and might stop because the way my mom drives me bonkers is ridiculous. I don't understand why I am the youngest child, but I am now both of my parents is ridiculous. I literally tell my mom every day, keep your hands to yourselves. Keep your hands to yourselves. Don't touch nobody. Don't touch nothing that's not yours. Behave. Be a good girl. And she'll be like, but I don't wanna. You were 60 something years old. I'm not getting you out of prison. I'm not getting you out of jail. If you go, you stay there. I don't have the money.
for the children who are now raising their parents. Like,
I agree. It would be so nice to have a community because I can't even tell you how difficult it is. So I'm currently raising my mom. She's widowed, single, and she's battling from depression and many other health issues. Because I'm the single one, of course I'm responsible for her now because all my other siblings they're married and have their own lives. And on top of just the health issues, I also have to worry about cultural differences because I grew up in the United States. She grew up back in her country where it's totally different. So I'm trying to balance these two here. And we can really get into it when we talk about politics, religion, how to raise a family, what it means to be a girl. And it is so overwhelming. That's really all I can tell. And it's just, it would be nice just to have a community to talk to, just to find if there's any similarities or ideas we can share just to make this journey a little easier. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I love my mom and I would do anything for her, but it is very, very difficult. Some days I just end up crying by myself and just wondering, how am I going to manage this? Currently I'm single, which is good because then I don't have to worry about other relationships, but even trying to date is really, really hard. Yeah. Wow. You're not alone, but you are kind of alone.
For the children who are now raising their parents, like,
oh my gosh, there absolutely needs to be a community for children who are now raising their parents. If you fall into that category, this video is for you. If you don't, it's okay. You can keep scrolling. If you didn't see the previous creator's video that I stitched, please go and watch it and come right back here. Now I'm going to put this in African context because I'm originally from Liberia. Okay. And boy, oh boy. Now let me preface by saying I absolutely love and adore my parents. I appreciate everything that they have done for me. But it is truly a struggle to, quote unquote, take care of them and or be a caregiver for them in this day and age when I have 2 little ones under 10, a toddler and a first grader, a husband, a full-time job in which I manage a team of 9. And caregiving means consistently making, scheduling, transporting them to medical appointments, taking them to follow-ups, taking them shopping as they need, them basically living with us, staying in our space, not one parent, but both parents. Wow. So my parents basically retired. They lived in the US for over 30 years or so, and they decided to retire and move back to Liberia. However, because of their health, they oftentimes have to come back into the US for treatment. And this is just maintenance and ensuring that they have all of their medications that they need and whatnot. So you know how in families, there's always this one go-to person for everything? Mm-hmm. I'm that person in my family. So my parents typically like to come and stay with us when they come to the US, which is fine, of course. You know, I love them. However, it is hard AF. I can't even sugarcoat it. Like, I don't even know how to put it into words without sounding ungrateful, but it's something. And I mean, it's no fault of their own because with aging, you know, a lot of needs arise. But let me tell you, it is truly difficult. So I know oftentimes people get upset with, you know, folks placing their parents in either assisted living facilities. And I think assisted living facilities are a bit better because, you know, they have much more independence. But, you know, sometimes people get upset when people put their parents in, you know, nursing facilities when they get to a stage where they can no longer care for themselves. And I can totally see why, because there needs to be a support group for this, you know, like, of course, therapy is there. But I mean, you need to be actively speaking to people who are also going through this because no one will understand what you're going through unless they're going through it themselves. And mind you, the previous creator spoke about just raising her mom. In my case, I'm raising both mom and dad. So imagine, and Lord knows, that African context of it all, where they still think that you're a baby, although they're technically staying with you in your matrimonial home. that is another issue. So I thought I was done, but I think I'm done now. Let me know in the comments what you think. And I promise this is it. This is all I have to say for now.
Is there a community for the children who are now raising their parents? Like,
good morning, y'all. Happy my damn hands is just, I look like I drive trucks. Happy Wednesday, y'all. I'm trying to hide this chin and this little chin hair I ain't plucked. Y'all know the disclaimer, overlook this hair. I'm going to get it cut this week. I am sitting outside because I just realized I'm at a point in life where I have to come outside and sit outside when I go on break and go on lunch in order to get the spirit. In order to get the spirit to want to go back after. You understand? Nothing against my job. I'm just saying, sis is, Okay, either way. Go back and watch this young lady's video. Listen, who out there raising their parents? Raise your hand. I am 39 raising a 70... Oh, my damn dad is. Mama been 70 this year. 2 years old. I am 39 raising a 71-and-a-half-year-old. My daddy does not listen to nothing I tell him to do. My daddy, and then when he don't listen and it don't go his way, he instantly gets frustrated. And guess who got to fix everything? And I'm like, if you would have just listened to what I told your bald-headed ass in the beginning, we wouldn't be here now. But no, you don't want to listen. You feel like you're grown. You want to go out here. You want to do stuff. You want to try to do this and do that. And you're not reading the fine print. And then when the fine print just kicks you up your butt, then I got to be the one to come back and try to help you fix the problem. These parents are not listening. Not only am I raising a 70, how I told y'all my dad was 71-and-a-half-year-old, but I'm also trying to manage a 14-year-old. Then I got two fur children who are half-ass trained and raised, who act like don't nothing. Little HJ Houston, that little dog right there, he is hilarious. But at the same time, he take me down through there sometimes. I tell him to stop. He looks at me like I ain't talking to him. Like I just pay bills for him to live his best damn life. That's what they think. That's what it is, because they ain't got no real responsibility. If I don't pay the bill, they don't know how they gonna eat or not, But based on my daddy now, it's hard raising these parents. They don't listen. They legit do not listen. And you can tell them something, and he hard-headed. He just hard-headed. He just see life in one tunnel vision, and he just ain't trying to adapt. And I'm just like, Dad, we ain't gonna survive if you don't want to adapt, because you ain't listening to what I'm telling you, and I'm telling you because I know. I'm not telling you because I'm right, because technically I am right, but I'm telling you because I know. I live in today's world. The world you grew up in, Daddy, has burned. It's no longer here. Them decades, that society is long gone. It's the survival of the fittest now. And you ain't listening to how I'm trying to tell you how to survive. So raising parents is definitely real. Like, I gotta take this man to go get a colonoscopy. And I'm just like, then when I do that, I gotta call the VA. You know what it's like to call the VA, Department of Veteran Affairs, and talk to them people? OMG, I'd rather talk to the sand. I'd rather get some scissors and cut my grass by hand instead of talking to the damn Veteran Affairs customer service. Because I don't know who I'm going to get. I don't know if they having a good day. I don't know if they close to retirement or not, because I know they just holding a spot. It just be a lot. But these parents sure don't listen. Parents just do not understand by Fresh Prince and DJ Jazzy Jeff. They don't listen. They just don't understand. But anyway, bye.
Is there a community for the children who are now raising their parents? Like,
I was just talking about this on my live, my first live ever. I felt like I was just talking to myself, but I was just saying this. I was just with my dad yesterday and talking to him yesterday. We had an appointment with an attorney. I went with him, and we used to do this same route to Chicago. He used to take me to the city every other Sunday. We used to go to this flea market and just eat and come back. And let me tell you, it brought me memories of then, 20 years ago, to now, him taking care of me, to now me versus me taking care of him. He's gonna be in his 80s now, and now just even this appointment, him kind of asking me what do I think, what should we do, versus then like let's do this, let's do that, him taking care of me. And I'm the youngest in my family out of all my siblings, and I've always been the one in the hospital if they have any surgeries, if I need to call the doctor, if I need to make appointments, if it's me doing that. And it just feels like, wow, like now I just see him so fragile. And I know my obviously my parents don't want to feel that way, but I just see them so fragile that I need to take care of him. I need to make sure that they're being good to them. Even yesterday when we were ordering something and they were making his food fresh for him and he was waiting, and after a while they were asking him something. I was already sitting down, and I was just making sure that they were being good to him. And I'm sure that that's how they feel, because that's how I feel with my kids now. I want to make sure that everyone is being good to them. And they used to, if that was me back then, he would have been like, what were they telling you? What were they asking you? And now it's me making sure that they're being good to him, because wow, it's the amount of people that take advantage of the elderly. It's so high now that I just want to make sure that they're good to my family and my parents especially. But I saw this video and I was mentioning her in my live, that I saw her video, and I know exactly what she's saying, and I relate to that so much. I don't know if you guys relate to that, if you guys have parents that you guys take care of, or grandparents, but wow, I felt it yesterday, and today if you have a parent nearby, call them, talk to them, hug them. We just never know, like, time with them is so valuable that we need to take advantage of that. So, yeah.
Please let me know your own thought down in the comment section, and share your own story if you have your own story. And if you think that we should have a community of people that are raising their parents. So go down in the comment section, share your thought, but please be respectful as always. Okay? You're on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a respectful way. Okay? So here's my own thoughts on this. I see, like, this is really coming from an African community and society. This is a thing. And did anybody notice, before I go on, did anybody notice that everybody that was talking about raising their parents, they're all women? I couldn't find any man stitch this video, like, for real. Which I'm going to look, because it's really interesting to know that they are mostly women. And also, I'm not saying men don't take care of their parents, but mostly women. And I'm not seeing a pattern now, like, it's mostly the people that this stitch I'm watching. I think 3 of them or 2 of them were saying that they were the youngest child. So, which I find that really interesting. So, yeah, in my society and in my culture, is a place where it's a thing. It's even your parents' right for you to, when you get to a certain age, you have to move them to your house and start taking care of them and all that. It can be really, really taxing, because I saw my grandmom did that to my great-grandmom, okay? And I saw how taxing that could really be. And I saw how my great-grandmom literally became like a baby right in front of our eyes. And sometimes I'll be telling her, our great-granddaughter will be telling her what to do. And I'm like, okay, this woman, get it. Get a grip of it. But I'm not privileged to have, my grandmom is not here, so I'm not privileged. My mom is still pretty strong, and she's still very, very independent. But when it comes to navigating technology and all that, sometimes it's a tussle. I remember before my mom learned how to use WhatsApp, it was a tussle trying to get her, like, to do certain things. But she's learning really fast, and my mom still got it, so I don't really have to worry. I personally, I don't really have to worry about raising a parent. The person that I'll be like thinking of raising in terms of should have been like my dad, but I'm in no contact with him, and he feels like he's strong and he doesn't need anybody, even though he's old. He's old. He needs people. He needs someone to take care of him, but because of the way he has set his foundation, lay his life out, yeah, he's doing it by himself. But yeah, I can't really relate to this, but I feel like I can I can relate to it because I'm not going through that experience, and it's going to take a while because my mom is still pretty strong and all that, and I don't really have to do anything for her and all that, like, except maybe try to make sure her medications and send money over once in a while, okay. But apart from that, she's good, so I can't really relate. But I can see how it can be stressful because I saw my grandmom did it for my great grandmom, and I saw how stressful it is. And I feel like there should be a community of this people that are raising their parents, because sometimes when these parents they grow old, they are literally like kids, and with the way the time is moving really fast, they can't really keep up with what is happening in society and how things work anymore. So you have to be there hands on to really help them around and do the things they need to do. So yeah, I kind of get it, but it's really interesting how the time turns around where you as a child you end up taking care of your parents. And I feel like this is one of the goals where most people have children, so that they get to the stage where their children start taking care of them and literally raising them. And I also want to know your own take on nursing home for older people. What are your things? Do you think it's better to have your parents in a nursing home or in your house? Yeah, in Africa, we don't have a nursing home. When your parents get to that place where they have to be taken care of, you have to bring them to your house. They have to be in one of your siblings or your house, and you have to literally raise and take care of them. So I love to know your own take and your own story about this down in the comment section. How can you manage this if you're in this situation? How can you navigate it? How can you cope with it and all that? Go ahead and share your thought, your suggestion down in the comment section. Okay, love to know your own thoughts on this. Okay, so feel free to share that. Go on and share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation. Okay, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go ahead and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see, and that will be you supporting this channel and this girl here. With that all said, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Deuces.